Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing my Friday favorites and I'm going to be featuring 3 new products that I am loving. And before I start this video, I want to say happy birthday to my little guy Cole. He's turned 12 and time is flying by. So with us having 4 boys, they're definitely getting bigger, taller, older, and just a tiny bit more wiser. But in this video today, I am going to be shooting this look and I want to show you what palette I featured today in this video and how I was really excited to use this palette, see what the quality of the eyeshadows were, and see what the claims were on this particular palette. And there are others in this particular line, but this one kind of spoke to me more when I got into the drugstore. I went over to Ulta and picked it up, and this palette is actually retailing for $20, which is a little bit on the higher end of the drugstore, but I think for the quality of these shadows that you can see here on my eyes, that this palette is pushing out a lot of color, and the pigmentation on these eyeshadows are just out of the box amazing. And so definitely this is the palette right here, Juvias Place, and I'm so excited to be able to use this palette in my video today. And this palette has some of the most beautiful colors. I mean, check that out. So nice. As you can see, my fingerprints are in some of these colors because I've been dipping into them a little bit, and I just love the quality and the pigmentation that these shadows have to offer. And I'm definitely gonna try more of the Juvias Place palettes, but this one, like I said, just kind of spoke to me. You can do so many endless neutral looks with this palette, and I just think that you're not gonna waste your money. You're gonna get the bang for your buck. The second item that I'm featuring is right here on my lips, and it's just this glossy lip gloss kind of shine, and it's that wet look lip gloss. It is by Essence, and I almost like had a little mini meltdown in Ulta the other day just because I wanted this so badly. I saw another YouTuber using this and I thought, man, I love the way it gives that shine, and it doesn't feel tacky. It's really creamy, and I just love it. And I think I got this for like $2.99, and this was the last one at the Ulta that's near me. So definitely, if you like that glassy look, if you want that on your lips after you put on a gloss, and guys, I do have a gloss on. I'm wearing the NYX butter gloss in the color Tiramisu, but this right here is so nice. And the very last item that I kind of wavered in my decision yesterday was the Essence Volume Booster, and this is Lash Primer Super Volume with fruits. Guys, this comes with acai oil and mango butter, and I tried this and I just think that this is a primer. This is not a mascara. This is a primer. You can use this with any mascara that you have, but this is going to kind of lengthen those lashes, that length that you want, and give them a little bit more volume. And I tried this a couple of times and I love this. And I think that this is worth, I want to say this was like $2.99 as well. I definitely have to say Essence is one of those brands that it can be a little bit hit or miss on some things, but the products that I've picked up from their brand has been really good products. I've tried a brush that I clean my eyebrows up with, and the second product I've tried is this one, the lip gloss glass, and now this lash primer, which is called Lash Primer Super Volume with Super Fruits. And I think that this is definitely worth a try. The moment I started working this into my lashes, I could see that they were lengthening, and just really excited to show you this makeup look and work with this Juvias Place palette. And you guys know the drill. Don't forget to subscribe at the very end of this video. If you have not hit that bell button, hit the bell button so you know when I upload my next video. And also, if you have not visited the blog, make sure you get there. I spend a lot of time over there as well. And shopvault28.com is having their 60% off sale. We're working on some spring and summer merchandise, and I'm always happy to answer any questions. Just hit me a direct message on Instagram, or you can also email me at the email that's listed down below. And I'm always excited to be here, and you guys know that if I don't get a chance, happy late Valentine's Day, because by the time this video comes out, it'll be the day after Valentine's Day. So until my next video, let's get started and show you this makeup look. Okay friends, so we're going to start out with this Honest Beauty Everything Primer. I've been using this primer for probably over 6 to 7 months now. I was using it most of 2018. It was sent to me and I have been loving this primer just because I have an oily T-zone, and I really feel like this mattifies me quite a bit. And this primer is a primer that is supposed to kind of give you that matte look. And so I definitely I'm fixing my bow there. I'll definitely link where I got that OMG bow from down in the description box because I just absolutely love it. So I'm going in with my Park Avenue Princess palette. I recently featured this palette on my Insta stories because I was at Ulta the other day, and this is one of the more high-end palettes. I purchased this as a gift from one of my students. I'm actually going in with the lighter shade in that palette to kind of set my eye with the base color. It is just a creamy color that I'm putting down just so I can kind of prepare my eye for a little bit of heavier shadows. So now I'm going into a color called Angle that's in that Park Avenue Princess palette. And guys, that palette is by Tarte, and I want to say it's retailing for about $45. So even though my channel is more drugstore focused, I definitely when I do get gift cards and stuff like that, I try to feature a few high-end pieces on my channel just because I was able to get those items through gift cards. And so I'm just deepening up that crease a little bit and adding a transition shade as a little bit of crease color. And I'm really excited about using the Juvias Place palette today just because that palette is like so pigmented. I love that palette. It really spoke to me when I was in Ulta the other day and I was kind of just looking around for just something different. And I came across this Warrior palette, and the colors in this palette is just so beautiful. And it is so pigmented, and I just love that how creamy the shadows are. And so I'm actually gonna use that same brush that I had before, and I'm gonna go into that color there. And that color is called Kino. So guys, excuse me if I don't pronounce some of these right. These are some hard pronouncing shadow names, but this one is called Kino. And so that is kind of like a rusty brown kind of color, and I'm just deepening the crease even more with that color. That's the color that you're going to see kind of peeking out going towards my brow bone and just kind of giving me that depth inside of the look that I'm looking for. So now I'm gonna go into a color that I just absolutely love, and it's called Bakwa. And I'm gonna use my finger just to kind of put that on, and look how amazing that color goes on to my eyes. I just love that color. It is so gorgeous, and it is going on so creamy, and you don't really need a brush. You can use a brush if you like a flat eyeshadow brush or a flat shader brush. You can use that if you like. It will go on just as fine, but I just prefer to use my finger because my finger gives me a lot more control over the shadow, and it's not going everywhere. This putting shadows on with your fingers, especially if your nails are really short, really works really well. So I definitely say, try your finger first before you pick up the brush, because I think you'll have better control with the finger versus the brush. So I'm just kind of patting that in and packing that shadow on my lower lid, and I just love just how powerful that color is that I'm dropping down on my lid there. So you can still see the angle, and you can also see the Kino shadows kind of peeking out above that gold color. And that is a really foiled gold. And guys, I'm just blending my crease out because you have to continue to blend to make sure that there are no harsh lines between the two colors that we just laid down. So now I'm going to go in with that very chocolatey color at the very top of the palette, and that is called Mino. It's either Mino or Mino, but I think it's Mino. I'm going in with the Sonia Kashuk brush, and this is actually, I don't know the number on this brush, but it's one of her older brushes. I've had this brush for quite some time. I only use this brush when I need to pack in darker colors, just because I don't want the colors to spread too far, especially when I'm on the outer part of the lid, and I don't want the colors to kind of get too wild. I want them to kind of stay within a certain region of my eyes. So that Sonia Kashuk brush is really good for packing in the color without just kind of getting too crazy. I just love using that because it's kind of balancing out what I'm doing there and just kind of giving me a little bit more dimension into the eye. And this, guys, is just me layering those colors in and it's okay if you keep dipping back in. I'm controlling the amount of color that's on the brush, and I'm controlling how much I want to put on my eyes. So I'm building up the color. I'd rather you build it up than start out with way too much color and then it becomes hard to fix. So I'm gonna just clean that up a little bit with that softer color in the Park Avenue Princess palette that I started with. So that just kind of making sure that it's all blended and shaded in properly, and making sure that it doesn't have any harsh lines up there. Once again, if you notice that I don't have on any foundation, I am a shadow girl first and foundation, and the rest of my face is last. Just because there's a little bit of fallout at times with shadows. These shadows actually did not have that much fallout. Really, I didn't experience any fallout with these shadows, but I was going very slow in using them, so, and it makes a difference. I am changing over from my Makeup Revolution flick stick over back to my e.l.f. And guys, this has just a little tiny wand on it. I had not used this in a while, but if you are not good with this wand, I don't recommend that you use this wand for putting on your liner. Some people can use a little tiny brush. I'm not really good at that, so I stick with makeup, like a makeup type pencil that I can draw. Has a liquid that I can draw onto my lids, and so this one did fairly well. It's just not been my choice to choose lately, but if you're not really, you know, kind of not so shaky handed or anything like that, I'm gonna, you know, like I said, not recommend this one because it's not good beginner friendly. It's more mild, like medium. Like if you know how to control it, then I say go for it, but definitely, you know, not my first choice. Here I've been enjoying this L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour fresh foundation. Guys, I cannot say this enough. This foundation is so light, and this color on me is like so perfect because I have a lot of yellow undertones in my skin, and it took me a little while to kind of realize, you know, foundation colors and choosing my colors. And I know it is tough trying to figure out what foundation is your color without looking too washed out or looking like it's just way too dark for you. This foundation that I have here is in the color 505 Toffee, and I have used this foundation, and what I'm noticing is that a lot of people have to either order this foundation online at Ulta, but what I discovered the other day when I was shopping, I went to Kroger and I noticed that Kroger had it on the shelf, and so now I know instead of me getting charged shipping charges, I can go to Kroger and pick up a new bottle. And this has been my go-to foundation at least for the last 3 months. And don't get me wrong, I am still so in love with my Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. This one is just super lightweight. Here I'm going in with the Rimmel Stay Matte. As you can see, I've hit pan on that, and I'm just going to go ahead and mattify my skin down so that this foundation can set in place and not move, and I can kind of just get ready for the rest of the makeup that I'm going to put on my face. And guys, I do go ahead and set my foundation, and then I go and do my contouring and all of that, just because I don't want to, you know, move the foundation or anything like that. I've spoke about this pencil in several of my videos. This is the Milani Brow Shaper pencil. It's like a type of it looks like a Vaseline type stick, and it is so nice because those hairs, I have the wildest eyebrows in America, so those hairs stay in place once I use that. And this is the lash primer that I was talking about that I got for the brand Essence. And guys, I have to say my lashes respond so much better, even though I'm going to put lashes on for this look. My lashes respond so much better when there's a primer involved with giving them some life. And I was a little bit skeptical at first once I picked this up, but I wanted to give this a try. I mean, it was $2.99, so I wanted to give this a try and just make sure that, you know, maybe I'm passing up something that could possibly be great. So I kind of let that sit there, and then I'm going in with the L'Oreal Pro Glow concealer that I'm gonna brighten up that area with. I've always loved this L'Oreal Pro Glow. It is so creamy, and I'm not sure, I want to say it's in the color medium for me, and I just love it. So I put a little bit in those areas to kind of brighten me up before I start the contouring process. And I haven't done anything else with my mascara. I just have on the primer because I'm setting the my lashes up for lashes, and then I'm gonna marry the lashes with a mascara once I, you know, get everything in place. But there I'm using a just kind of like an edge blender, so I can kind of get underneath my eyes and underneath the little crevices under my eyes. And guys, sometimes when I use this particular type of sponge, it doesn't always hit the very corners of my eyes, so I have to go in with my favorite brush, the e.l.f. concealer brush. And I just love that brush because it gets in those corners and it knocks out anything that I wasn't able to reach while I was putting on concealer. So here I'm going in with the Fit Me by Maybelline in the color 355 Coconut. And I probably could use a little bit of a different shade. I've liked what this has done. So I just kind of go around, you know, the perimeter of my face and kind of make sure I hit those areas so I can kind of contour those areas a little bit. I'm absolutely loving my OMG band just because it keeps my hair out of my face, and I just recently washed my hair and I wanted to kind of, you know, keep my hair out of my face and make sure that I was getting some good use out of this. And like I said, I'll leave the link from the description box down below. I would have gotten a different color, but because of makeup and things that may touch it, I thought black was the best because that means that I won't get it all dirty with makeup and stuff like that. So I was pretty pleased with that. And guys, over that contour, I'm using the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. I've told you guys I've hit pan on that bronzer just because it is so nice and it smells so good. And I told you it's like a paradise or Caribbean island in a case. So here I'm going in with my Stay Matte powder by Rimmel, and this is their loose translucent powder. I love this because it really gives a very soft look once this is all dusted away. And I'm kind of just moving into being able to kind of show off that contour a little bit more. And so I'm going to brush that away. And guys, that brush is by True Beauty. That was a brush I actually have bought in my TJ Maxx haul, which is on another video here in my archives. And I've always said, if you guys have a TJ Maxx or Marshalls nearby, get there and get to that makeup. They have some really good deals on their makeup and skincare. And I just love TJ Maxx and Marshalls. And so I've gotten a lot of my beauty brushes there, a lot of my makeup there. So I definitely say you will find some gems at either one of those places. So I'm going in with the NYX Jet Black, and you see it's getting short. So I just recently purchased another one, and these pencils are very reasonable. I had someone message me on Instagram and ask me what liner did I use, because theirs always ran, or it's, you know, like almost like the liner was sweating off, or it was running off just from the day, or tears, or whatever the case may be. Guys, this formula that NYX is using, to me, is it goes on, it looks like it just kind of immediately dries down the moment that you put it on. It goes on super creamy. I love the formula, and once I put it there, it does not budge. So I say definitely give NYX a try if you have, you know, not so good experience with other liners. There I'm going in with the Wet n Wild, and that is Pearlescent Pink, and that is a blush that I really, really love. And I'm using a Real Techniques blush brush, and guys, I just put that on the apples of my cheeks, and I kind of go up a little bit with that blush. And I just love this color. I have a lot of the Wet n Wild blushes. They're very affordable. They're less than $5, and I say give them a try if you've never tried them. There's another one I love called Mellow Wine. And there I'm going into my eye right there with that e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush, and I love that brush. I'm going back into the Juvias Place palette, and I'm going to go back into that color called Kano and make sure that I hit the bottom of my lower lash line and kind of connect the two colors. Guys, that color is absolutely gorgeous. I think it was only fitting that I kind of used that to put a little color at the very bottom of my waterline there. And it's just such a really, really nice palette. I think it's really way worth the $20. But don't forget that ULTA has those coupons that will knock $3.50 off the price of the palette. They're always there. You can use them online and in store. Here I'm going to do my inner corner highlight, and I'm going in with the color called Marimi. And I just think it's really, really gorgeous. It has a sparkly type tint to it, and I'm just going to use a very little bitty type of shadow brush, and kind of like a flat shadow brush for me to kind of angle it down into that corner. And I just love it. It goes really well even with that gold that I have there on my lids. And once I'm done with this, I'm going to go ahead and pop on some lashes. And guys, I've been loving, I don't really remember the number on the lashes. I'll look and then I'll put it in the description box. But here I'm just kind of prepping my lashes. And then I've been loving the Ardell lashes. I've been wearing those. I've been wearing the Eyelure, and I've been wearing the Kiss lashes. And these are my really dramatic ones that I really like. I'm kind of pressing my real lashes with the fake lashes just because I want to make sure that they marry and they look seamless. So there I was looking for my e.l.f. mascara. I love the wand that e.l.f. does on their mascara just because it's a very small one, and I can hit my lower lashes with that wand just because it's so tiny. Because my lower lashes are kind of long, and sometimes if I don't let the mascara dry down enough, then my lower lashes will mess up my makeup just because it'll get on my bottom lower lash line. See, my lower lashes are, you know, pretty long, especially when I use a really good wand. And always consider that when you want your lower lashes to kind of stand out. It really, the wand is going to factor into that. So that's the pencil that I was talking about earlier, my Makeup Revolution Flick. You see I accidentally got a little bit of that on my cheek, but I'll clean all that up. That Flick pencil is really nice, guys. That is less than $10 at ULTA, and I'm pretty sure that pencil's gonna be, you know, running out soon, and I have to get me another one. but I really love how smooth and how that glides on really nicely. So here I'm going into the Makeup Revolution Pro HD palette, and I'm just going to add a little bit of highlight right there, and it's called Extra. Sometimes I could be a little extra, but it's so pretty and I just love what it does. And I put that on the high points of my cheeks, and I do a little bit on my nose and on my Cupid's bow, and we're good to go. So you guys will see me again at the very beginning of this video, just to kind of share a few things with you. And you guys always know I like having you around, and don't forget to check out my new video that's going to be out on Sunday, and I will definitely see you guys again on my next video.